This is Jesse from Newton, and this is Finding Your Way in New York City, Parallel, Perpendicular, and Intersecting Lines, where we meet a good friend of ours trying to make his way in the big city.
Yep. Yeah, well, I'm here. I made it. I'm at, let's see, 34th and 6th. You're where? 24th and 5th. Well, how about I just walk down and you just walk up? How about that?
So now the problem that our friend's running into here is that New York City's streets are shaped like a grid, like you could see here. It's a little slanted, but they make a grid. He's somewhere up here. I'm about down here. And he's asking if he can just walk down while I just walk up. And I think we can see why that's not really going to work. Right? He's like this little stick figure guy up here saying, how about I go down this street and you come up yours? And I'm saying, no, that's not going to work because those two streets are parallel. What that means is they're set at the same angle, so they're never going to meet. He could walk all the way down that street and I could walk all the way up that street, and we're never going to find each other. So that's not going to work. We're going to have to find a different way to do this.
No, what's that? Oh, those two are parallel. Yeah, well, that's not going to work at all, is it? Because then we're never going to meet. All right, well, what about if I find one that's perpendicular? I mean, that's going to work, right? So if I just turn myself 90 degrees, then we should have it.
Now what our friend just realized here is that in a grid system, if you're standing on a street that's parallel to someone else, all you have to do is turn yourself 90 degrees, and then you'll be on a street that's perpendicular to someone else, right? You see, these streets do intersect up here, and they're perpendicular, which means they intersect at a 90-degree angle. And what that means for our friend here is that he can walk to the east like this, while I walk to the north like this, and we will hit each other because those two streets will meet each other at 90-degree angles.
Yep. So yeah, the perpendicular streets will work, but is that really going to be the fastest way to go though? Is there any are all the streets either parallel or perpendicular, or is there some that kind of slants down, makes a shortcut, intersects in some other way?
So now our friend is asking, yeah, I know I could find you by us taking perpendicular streets until we meet each other, but is that really the fastest way to go? And in this case, no, it isn't. In this case, the fastest way to go would be to go down Broadway, which slants down like this. Right? Because Broadway and Fifth they're not perpendicular, but they are intersecting. Perpendicular is a kind of intersecting, where they intersect at 90-degree angles. So you can see here, they intersect, but it's not quite at a 90-degree angle. It kind of makes something like an X, right? Because those intersect at a different angle. And in this case, because it goes directly down here, instead of one person having to go across and one person having to go all the way up, in this case, that is going to be his fastest way down here, is to find a street that's intersecting, but not necessarily perpendicular.
Which way now? Broadway? All right. We'll walk by all the bright lights and... no, that's above me? Oh, all right. Well, Broadway it is either way. All right, see you there.